Hello and welcome to a Legacy League. Yes, I know. I have been hooked. I have been hooked. And it looks like you folks have been enjoying my previous iteration of trying to make Amulet work in Legacy. So today we're going to be giving it a different shot. This is going to be a slightly different list, in fact, very, very different. So the way that I'm going to approach this is going to be quite different than what we're used to from Modern. So for example, you will see that I'm not playing Summoner's Pact at all, and I'm playing just 4 copies of Green Sun Zenith. Obviously, this card is banned in Modern, so we don't really get to play with the card, and it's significantly better than Summoner's Pact for obvious reasons. So because of that, I'm going to be trying this out right now and see whether it works. And with this come a couple of adjustments. Number one, there's just no reason to play Tolera West anymore. So you will notice that the T West is gone from the mana base. We get to play some other lands instead. But one of the things about playing Green Sun Zenith is that you kind of find yourself in a spot where you sometimes just need to play this on turn 1 in order to get a 3-drop on turn 2. And because of that, we have to play Dried Arbor so we can Zenith for 0 and get our Arbor into play. So I am very, very skilled at naturally drawing my Dried Arbor, so I'm not I'm not super ecstatic about doing this, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and it's kind of like a package, right? Like if you're playing Green Sun Zenith, you need to have Dried Arbor in your deck. Besides that, we're trying a couple of different things. Number one, you're going to notice that I cut the Summer Blooms. That card was very, very underwhelming in the previous league that I played. So instead of playing Summer Bloom, we're going to be playing Uro, which is obviously another card that's banned in Modern. So all of the cards that are banned in Modern, we're trying to play them all. And Uro is a way that we can, grind late game. It's a little bit less smooth on the curve because Summer Bloom, you can go tap land in turn 1, turn 2 Summer Bloom, and then you're ramping towards Titan. So it's going to be a little bit more awkward in turn 1, but it's going to give us, it's actually a card that I'm excited to be casting, right? The only issue that I have is that now that we don't have Summoner's Pact, I am not going to be able to put cards in my graveyard as easily. Like the only cards that we have that go to the graveyard naturally are just the Once Upon a Time. So because of that, I'm adding extra copies of Fetchlands. You're going to see that I'm playing 3 Fetchlands, obviously with different names to play around Pity Needle, and 2 copies of Tropical Island to obviously help me cast the Uro. So that is another change. Then, Exploration was obviously fantastic. Amulet was, what the deck's named after, so we're going to play Amulets as well. And the 1 copy of Expedition Map, also very, very good. We're also adding, because we're playing Dryad and Remnant Excavator, we're trying to add Valakut. I was not able to find room for Wasteland, but it's definitely in the short list of cards that I want to be trying. And I already have another list prepared that is going to make that Wasteland. But I think that in this list that we're playing Dryad, I think it's important to make sure that we have access to Valakut. We can also use Maze of Ith. This is a card that I was interested in playing in my previous deck list. I'm not sure whether it's going to be good or not because I had to cut the Yavimaya in order to make room for the Trops and the Fetchlands. So it's probably not going to be working out as I wanted to, but we're just going to be trying things out. Like this is what it is. Like nobody has, at least not that I know of, nobody has really been putting too much time into thinking about how to make Amulet work in Legacy. So because of that, I'm just kind of going to be throwing stuff at the wall and then see what sticks, Saga, it's there. Valakut, I think it's worth it to play the Vesuva, though this is also in the short list of cards that I may be cutting. And then Hanwar Battlements, actually another card that I did consider cutting. We could just play it, play a Titan and just not care about hasting or anything. But at that point, why are we really playing Amulet? So I think it's if we're gonna be playing Titan, if we're gonna be doing this, I think that we need some sort of a haste package in order to make sure that the Titan really pulls us ahead. 3 copies of Cardinal Souls because the format Legacy is kind of riddled by force of will and days and stuff like that. A couple of copies of the Seiju, which allow us to interact with our opponent as well as interact with what they're trying to do to interact with us, right? Like stuff that Pitting Needle or things like that, Ensnare and Bridge or whatnot. We can get rid of those. Bojuka Bog, there's a lot of graveyard decks in the format. We can bog off of Expedition Map or simply bog off of Primeval Titan, and that's pretty much what the deck is. I'm going with 2 copies of Endurance in the main deck, so 2 copies of Endurance in the sideboard because like this card is just that good in the format. So I think that, you know, I could be playing a 3rd Udo, so like this is also sort of a flex slot in my opinion. Even I could only be playing just 2 Dryads, right? Like we play 2 Dryads and 4 Zenith, but I think that Endurance is that good of a card in the format that I'm happy main decking too. The sideboard includes Mindbreak Trap against combo, Force of Vigor and Seeds of Innocence against artifact decks, and I guess enchantment decks as well, to a lesser extent. Endurance against the Delver decks, against the Graveyard combo decks, you name it, like this card is absolutely amazing in the format. Even against Uro decks, this card is defensible. Carpet of Flowers against Mono Blue, or Blue X control, I mean, and Delver. Pity Needle against Wasteland decks, and you know, decks that play targets for Pity Needle, just combo decks like Painter or Planeswalker decks. Wasteland and Tabernacle and Field of the Dead are also just some extra utility lands that we can find. Knuckle obviously against creature decks, Wasteland against your Merit Lages of the World and stuff like that, and Field of the Dead against control decks. So we're gonna see. I think it's gonna be important to kind of getting some reps with the deck before drawing conclusions, because it's possible that we just don't even need this extra Field of the Dead, which means that then we can just use Wasteland, you know. We'll see how things go, but I still don't have enough reps with the deck to know what it does right, what it doesn't do right. So hopefully we learn that today. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. You can also leave a comment down below if you're enjoying this, and I would really love to hear suggestions on things like that, of course. And if you're interested in something like coaching or in me playing any deck list of your choosing in one of my videos on the channel, you can find all the information you need in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for round number 1. Well, we are ready. Yeah, sure. Give me this hand. So we can go turn 1, Field of the Dead. Turn 2, play Amulet. We can go from there. Ancient Tomb. Uh-oh. Am I gonna get Blood Moon on turn 1? I deserve this. Oh no, this is Storm. Yeah, this is the mono red Storm deck, I guess. Splashing blue, I guess. LED. Okay. 3 spells have been cast. Echo of Aeons, Mox Opal. So we definitely want to play this out, and I think I want to play out the basic forest. And we say go. So my opponent's gonna echo here, so if they don't kill me, next turn we get to do some fun stuff. This matchup doesn't seem good, huh? Probably not a good matchup. Interesting that my opponent played another Ancient Tomb instead of playing a city. Does that mean that they're not confident that they can kill me? I wasn't planning on playing any spells, opponent, so you're good. Wasn't planning on playing anything, so. Alright. There's the echo. Okay. Okay, so this is still on exile. Wonder if they can get to another echo. Shutter School Smashing. They have double LED? They don't have double LED. They just... Alright. Well, this is not as good as the other thing. Okay, so... we get to play Exploration, then we play this. Play Dryad, and then we're gonna have 2 land drops, which is up to 4 mana. Just to get me anywhere. can go get endurance, but doesn't really do anything. They just whiffed. Okay. Oh, well, that's a different story. That's a good draw. That's what we in the business call a good draw. So bounce that. Play this. That's 5 mana. Six, 7. Bounce this. Zenith for 6. Prime time. Yes. Valakut, Handwar Battlements. I think that was a good draw. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm pretty sure that that was a good draw. Pretty sure. Fetch land, Vesuva, Spacia. Weaving it to Once Upon a Time for value. Green. Once Upon a Time. Failed to find. Yes, 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 and yes, and dead. All right, that was a fortunate top deck. These look good. These are probably okay. Oh, Force of Vigor seems good. Force of Vigor seems pretty reasonable. I don't think we care about Udo, so that one can go. Maze of Fifth, definitely gonna come out. Wasteland, better than Maze. Better than Caracas. Probably can cut Raminap. I don't think we're gonna really get to do the Raminap recur thing. All of these other cards look good to me. I might cut in a prime time maybe, or cut in a Zenith. I don't really have. I guess I have a reasonable amount of green cards. I guess I have 8 non-green, so that's 22 green cards. There's nothing to name with Needle, right? Like Needle doesn't work with LED, but I just don't know if they have any other sort of activated abilities thing going on in their deck. Like I'm actually not familiar enough with their deck to know. I don't think I can cut the map. Maybe I have to. Maybe cut a land. Field of the Dead. Alright. I mean, that definitely was lucky. I don't think I want Seeds of Innocence, by the way. I think that I'd rather just save this in my sideboard, because I think that I'm more threatened. I guess I'm threatened by everything, actually. I'm threatened by both their artifacts and their enchantments, if they have any. But I mean, we don't know that they have Blood Moon. I'm assuming they have Blood Moon, but it's not really a given. Again, I don't know enough about their deck. Wish I knew more. All right. Okay. Keeping this hand, we have like both Endurance and Mindbreak Trap, so we have a lot of interaction here. I think I'm keeping this. It's also very possible that the interaction that I have doesn't quite matter if my opponent's going to be wheeling, right? So, but I guess if they play multiple spell, I can just counter the wheel. So, put him moves to 6. Tapped land. If I don't draw, I was going to say, like, if I don't draw land, I literally cannot wasteland them, which is just the saddest timeline. Just the absolute saddest. Because it's the only non-bounce land that I have. So my opponent went turn 1 Shatter the Hammer pass, I guess. And I couldn't even waste it because because I can't do anything. Like I want to cast my spells. Oh man. You gotta love Amulet. You just gotta love it. Alright, let's see what they do now. Oh my god. Why? Why? Why is this happening? There we go. Alright, they figure it out. Galvanic Relay. Okay, I mean I can't trap this, so just gonna pass the turn here. Exile LED and City. Cavern of Souls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is really awkward. This is really awkward. I think I'm just gonna play Cavern and name Dryad and be very sad. I can also waste them now. But I don't think I want to go to this card though. So now the question is whether do we waste them or not. I think we don't. I think we actually don't. I don't think that they're going to be short on mana if they do their thing. So there's the City. There's the Petal. Imagine there's the LED. And this Mind Trick Trap's going to be Gasoline. Please don't have the Sphere. Please don't have the Sphere. Please don't have the Tension Sphere. That's the only thing I'm asking for here. Just don't have the Detention Sphere. 1, 2, 3. No, the Sphere. Maybe they just have nothing. That would be ideal. Alright, so opponent gambles, I imagine, for Echo. And then I guess we just trap the Echo and call it a day? Maybe. I guess we're... Even if that happens, are we really in good shape? I don't know if we're in great shape if we maybe we are. Like, they have 0 cards. They can still top deck. No, because they don't have blue mana. They only have, like, if they crack LED, they're only gonna have 1 blue mana. Okay. So maybe this Mind Trick Trap just gonna win us the game. Well, my opponent was going for empty. They were trying to get like a little bit of value on the way out. Well, just gonna do this right now. Does this work? It does work. Sweet. Hey, good cyberling. Good cyberling. Untap land. Guess it should have been more specific, huh? So I probably want to destroy this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I don't think I do. Like, I'm not really stopping them from casting anything. So there's really no point. I could copy city. I don't think I want to though. I'm gonna name. Oh, did I just mess this up? Yeah, I think I just messed this up. Whoops. I guess that it's fine. We can just do this and just play another bounce land now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake. I had to play the Vesuva because like this is gonna ETB tapped, but now I can just save defense grid. Okay. So 1, 2. Six. Name giant. We can't haste. We can deal them 12. Valakut, Bujugubov, I guess. Always yield, always yes, and always yield. And then I thought I said always yes. Whatever. Down to 3 they go. And that's it. That's all I can do. Now that they have the defense grid, there's nothing I can do about anything, so yay, we got there. See you next round. Round number 2. Can go turn 1 Amulet. Does that really do anything? This is already a Moldo 6. What can we find? Opponent says the Titan God enter Legacy. They've no idea. They have no idea. I think I'm gonna ship this hand. Yeah, let's go to 5. All right, I'll keep this. Bottom that. Bottom that, I think. Flooded Strand. If this is Delver, we're probably dead. Ooh, but wait, there's hope. Cover my souls. Play land, say go. Wasteland. We did not want to see that. We did not want to see that. Okay, that's not the worst. Let's play Saga. Opponent's probably going to blow it up right now. Or not. Interesting. Why would they not waste with trigger on the stack? Very interesting. Kept on top with the ponder. That's bad news. That's probably very bad news for us. I'm probably going to jam this once upon a time, I think. Hopefully we do get to play an Uncounterable Endurance. That would be really cool. So far our deck looks... I don't even know. In my opponent's size, what are we doing right here? Like, what are we playing? they missed land drop. I think we went Uro. Yeah, we definitely went Uro. And now, yeah, we'll probably just have to accept the loss to Wasteland here. We have to accept that we lose to Wasteland here. There's nothing we can really do about it. Delverino. That's very nice. So now we can name Giant here. This sets up Uro. Very nice. Very, very nice. So now we can just Uro next turn. Which is pretty sick, if you ask me. Lightning Bolt. Shuffle away. Boy, I'm really looking for a Wasteland, and rightfully so. But even if they do find a Wasteland, we can just play and control Endurance, so it's also very nice. Expressive Iteration. Huh, I wonder why they do this post combat. Like they could have made DRC. Force of Will entered exile. Interesting. Don't mind that. Yeah, we just go for Udo, right? Maybe we should have Enduranced. Just to make sure that we have... Nice. Really nice pickup. The thing is that we actually don't really care about what's his name anyway, right? Like if my opponent goes for Murktide, like Udo just raises Murktide very nicely. Another iteration. Okay, so this means no Murktide, which probably means that we're gonna win. I guess my opponent technically could be playing Unholy Heat. I doubt it, but technically they could. Okay, so they have a Bolt. It doesn't matter though, right? Like I still jam with Udo. Like we draw a card, we gain 3. This is still a 2-for-1. Play this, an elemental. Just gonna make a Saga token. Now we're just insanely far ahead here. And I don't want to allow my opponent to untap. So I'm going to Endurance right now. So now they don't have Murktide mana. They have a Delver, which doesn't do anything. Oh, I'll block. Oh, I'll block, baby. It just feeds my Udo. Oh, you got me. Okay. This is looking good. Make a token. Please and thank you. Probably gonna get Expedition Map here, I think. If I get Amulet, I have 6 mana though. So I can go Dryad into... Yeah, I'm just gonna get Expedition Map. And I have a couple of ways to go about this. Let's start by attacking. But we actually have a couple of lines here. We can go play Excavator. I don't think I want to play Endurance. So I think I'm gonna play Dryad here. I'm gonna play this. And now we can crack for Valakut. Just crack this for Valakut, play Valakut, kill Delver, opponent has nothing. That was pretty sexy. that was enjoyable. I assume my opponent's gonna be bringing in Meltdown, right? Do I just not bring in the Needle? Because I could cut a couple of Amulets, a couple of Sagas. I can actually just cut all of the Sagas, but like Wasteland's gonna be good against us regardless. Maybe I can cut Caracas. Caracas combos with Uro, like we can play Uro when with the trigger on the stack, bounce it and stuff like that, but yeah. I think Caracas is my worst land. But yeah, Carpet of Flowers. Like, I'm going down to 28 lands only, but we are going to have 3 copies of Carpet, so... Sure. Not super stoked about this hand, but... We can go Once Upon... into map. Big yikes. That's awful. It's absolutely awful. Yeah. Ugh, that's bad. That's really bad. At least this can find Cavern. I guess my opponent can Daze. But if they Daze, that's fine. Opponent decides to not Daze. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Brainstorm. Well, I love to see this. Probably means that they're missing land drops or something. Really love to find a basic forest or a fetch land. Feels like either one of those would be my best draw here. There's also Cavern, of course. Wouldn't mind the Cavern. Hey! So Saga's not really doing anything for me just yet. So I think I'm just gonna go Battlements, say go. And we can crack this expedition map. And we can also not expose the Cavern, which is nice. So if my opponent has Wasteland, It's a Ponderino. See if opponent keeps on top or not. They've been in Murktide. Okay. This is gonna turn DRCs into 3/3s though. So we really want to dodge. We really want to dodge. Yeah, we really want to dodge. What's his name? Crack map. I think we're gonna get another cavern here. Yeah, I think so. Cavern and elemental. I think we're gonna upkeep. Endurance, you. Iteration. Good draw for them. Most definitely a good draw. Next turn I can Zenith. I can Zenith for 3, but then we get dazed. So I'm not super into it. I can also play another Endurance. That has to be what they kept on top. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, we're trading, baby. We are trading. Endurance is just so good. So good. Just outstandingly good. Play Amulet. Gonna counter this? No counter? Alright. I think we're gonna play Saga. And we wanna play around Murktide again. I don't think so. Can't not attack. Endurance, baby. Huh, interesting that they fetched in response. I wonder why. They beat the bulks, so they can't find bulk number 4. Big as achievements. Yeah, I wonder why they would want that shuffled away. But luck, yeah. Yeah, sure. We can. I can do this all day. I can trade my endurances for a bolt and a Darcy every single day. All day, every day. No bounce land. No bounce land. Now the question. I could copy their Volk. Make a token embattlements. Could copy Saga. Opponent says it really feels like I'm playing the meme deck. Oh man. I'm gonna say hashtag Amulet in chat. Dude, Endurance. Oh my god, so good. Am I gonna do that? I'm gonna go Cavern on Giant. And just pass the turn. There's a Ponder. next turn what we can do is we're gonna have 2 amulets in play. So what we can do is we can use, even if my opponent wastes my Cavern on Giant, we don't really care because we just play Vesuva copying the other Cavern and take it from there. So make it 2/2 because it's free. Untap, draw Zenith, float mana, play that, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just gonna copy their bulk. 5 and 6. Here's prime time. Say yes. Get Valakut, and I think I'm gonna get another Saga. Cause 1, 2, we have 2 caverns, so we can't actually field here. So let's just get another Saga. That's fine. I guess I stacked my triggers wrong, but it just doesn't matter. Like I'm not gonna use their mana here anyway. Gonna haste over there. Now we serve. Field of the Dead. Do you even care? I think I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna balance Vesuva here. Feels good. Feels good. 2-0, baby. I don't think we can keep this hand though. We can probably keep this one though. Whew. This hand's hot. Hot. Keep this, and I think we're gonna bottom the second ones. Actually, scratch that. I think we're gonna bottom Vesuva. So this gives me, because the ideal case scenario here is I need a Titan and a bounce land, and Once Upon gives me a shot at finding either or both of them. Seiju. Oh, I'm an idiot. Whoops. Whoops. I just wanted to make this fair, and I wanted to make sure that I pay mana for my Once Upon a Time. Like this card is, it's busted, right? I just wanted this to be a close matchup. I got too excited about about going exploration into Amulet. I deserve this. I deserve this for getting cocky, being 2-0. We did beat Delver last round though, so clearly the deck's busted, right? That's how that works. I mean, my opponent doesn't know that they're playing against a meme deck, so I imagine they think they're playing against lands, and if they're thinking about forcing this, they should definitely force this. Like they just have to force this. Yeah, like there's just no world where you don't force this. Pitching Kappa Canyoneer. Okay. I imagine this game number 1 is going to be bad for us, and then things are going to get better for us in game number 2. Obviously, you know, not casting my cards when I can is good, you know. God damn it. Hopefully we draw another exploration off the top and we get super rewarded for not casting the Once Upon a Time. We just knew it was there all along. Just knew it. Opponent plays Ancient Tomb, which is very scary. Please don't. Sadness. Pure and complete sadness. my sinus. I mean, we can go over the top of that as long as they don't get us too good. Okay. This is a clock, but it's not unbeatable. This is certainly a clock, but it's not unbeatable by any means. Now, let's switch Cavern of Souls here. Boseiju. Well, Boseiju is really hot. So I can go Boseiju into Amulet. I can also make a token. Definitely Govern on Giant here. Yep. I feel like it makes my draw so much better to do this right now. They only have one card left in hand. As long as they don't have Echo, I'm not particularly scared, I don't think. Amulet has been revealed. Oh man, if I had cast this once upon a time for free, it would be in such good shape. We would be in such good shape, god damn it. Ay, ay, ay. Can we drop a Mule Titan off the top? Just one time. I don't want fairness. Kappa Canyoneer? It is the Canyoneer. Alright. We can beat that. Actually, we can beat that fairly easily. Prime time. No prime time. So I think I want it once upon a time here before choosing what I get. Because if I find prime time, I can go get another amulet and then we're going to have triple amulet. Triad is interesting. So we get Triad. Get Triad. Then we're going to find... Nah, we just want Uro, right? We want Udo, and then we want to get we're gonna get Expedition Map here. And we have to do it like this because this is our blue mana. So a little bit awkward, but we can find blue mana here. Another amulet, alright. Have a lot of mana next turn. So we're at 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is what I'm taking here. This coming turn, we are going to be able to get back Udo though. Don't have the Echo, please. Narset would also be a problem. I'll just crack it up there. Okay, I mean, if they're cracking top there, they cracked the land? Okay. Sacrifice 2 artifacts? Oh, you have to sack 2 artifacts. So they cracked token and land. So this is 11 points of damage, and each artifact represents 2 points of damage. And this game is close. Opponent digging for those zeros. But they're leaving themselves with no mana. I don't know if that's a good move. Drawing battlements means we get to haste Udo, which would be nice. Chalice for 1. Kinda sucks. So we take 12, because they sack 1 Thopter. Can we draw Primeval Titan? We can't. So there's a Chalice now. There's a Chalice. I can blow up the Chalice. We get Growth Chamber, play Udo, bounce Boseiju, worth 4, so this one only costs green. Can I just kill this? So, I think so, right? So, 2 mana. Expedition map for Growth Chamber. Play Growth Chamber. Bounce Udo. Cast Udo, leaving green floating. And then we can... This is sick. Oh my god, this is awesome. Because of the legendary clause in Boseiju, this is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious. So, I guess we want to balance Boseiju. Udo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exile everything but the saga. And we have prime time for next turn. This is glorious. This is absolutely glorious. Boseiju, Kappa Canyoneer, pay 4. Yes. Yes. Fail to find island. This is incredible. Oh my god. Have I broken legacy? Have I broken legacy? Oh wow, this is fantastic. This is so insane. Oh my god. Sure, opponent, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, opponent. War the 4? Pfft. Imagine. War the 4? What is that even? Imagine War the 4. What a joke. Oh man, this is a delight. This is an absolute delight. Shadow Spear, sure, opponent. Do your thing. Want to suit up a Thopter? Be my guest. All right, this league was this league is already worth it. I don't care. I don't care what else happens. I don't even care if we lose this match. I don't even care. This league is already glorious. Oh man. I love this so much. Can I play another Amulet next turn, opponent? Please? I think I need more mana. I don't have enough. I'm gonna play the Dryad first, and the reason to play the Dryad first is that we can play both Dryad and Titan. So if they have the Force, they have to use it here, and the Titan is uncounterable. So if I play this land first, we're gonna get some free triggers, so let's do that. I'm gonna name I think Goat is the correct thing to name here. Pretty sure Goat is the correct thing to name there. Yes. Yes. I want more of these, please. I want to have what I'm having. I will have what I'm having. Alright, bring this in. I don't think we care too much about endurance. Wasteland seems good. Needle seems good. Knuckle seems pretty solid too. Don't think we want Carpet. They do have islands, but they don't have that many. Maze. Maze plus 4 mana, it's an answer to the Cannoneer. Probably Wasteland we don't want. But having both Mace and Knuckle seems like a little bit too much. So I don't think I want both. Man, what a game. And that game started with me just like punting hard by not casting the once upon a time for free. Unbelievable. I think I'd rather have Knuckle than Mace. I feel like their Thopters draws are gonna be harder to beat than their Cannoneer draws, because the Cannoneer like requires so much mana anyways. Raminap seems unnecessary. And Bog for Emery. Caverns are good. Caracas bounces, Sai bounces Emery, it's great. Needle's very good. Udo is solid, helps stabilize. I think I maybe cut in an Amulet. Opponent's playing Chalice too. Alright. Alright. Okay, so we can go turn 3 Dryad. So if my opponent kept a slow hand like they kept right there, we can go turn 3 Dryad into turn 4 Titan, as long as we don't whiff on this once upon a time. And I'm gonna sit on this once upon a time because I don't have to cast it just yet. When I'm most to 6, again with the turn 1 Aaaaaaaand, that's funny. One to 5, sorry, not 6. Okay, it's a lot of stuff. Oof, that's scary. Okay, so now we can actually find Bojuka Bog. No such luck. Either Spellbomb, Kappa. They can't cast Kappa here. They're probably going to cast Chalice this turn, I imagine. It's pretty strong though. But yeah, Kappa, Caracas, or Bog would have been fantastic top decks there. We're still kind of okay. As long as my opponent doesn't explode too quickly, we're still kind of in okay shape. Cavern of Souls has been revealed. So they can either Chalice me, which they should probably just bubble here, or Spellbomb. They can't Kappa. I guess they can also play 3 drops because of Lotus Petal. So this Ember is doing a ton of work. So I guess I'm gonna go for Udo as opposed to going for Dryad, because Udo digs me 1 deeper towards one of the cards that I was talking about, and also I would need to discard otherwise because of the bounce lands. Which means that if I don't find an untap source, I may whiff on playing the turn 4 Titan, which could be a problem. What would be our best draw? An answer to the Emery, really. Because even if something like 4s wouldn't even be that good, Seeds of Innocence, like any of those cards wouldn't be that great on this board anyway. Since my opponent's slowly accruing value, I think they're just considering whether they want to Chalice, and honestly that would be the best possible thing that could happen. We can, of course, we can just get punished and draw like an Exploration or draw an Amulet, but I think that it's still better for us if our opponent just like puts themselves behind by cracking the pedal and play a card that doesn't really do anything. Okay. Getting back Bubble. I really want to find the Bojuka Bog. Really, really want to find the Bog. Yikes. That's a hard way to do it, opponent. Maybe they have like Sai or something? Thoughtcast. But they played a land drop already. So yeah, it's not that good for them. There's Boseiju. Does that do anything? I don't think so. So let's play this fetch land and say go. It does guarantee that now I'm going to be able to cast Titan if I want to. So it does do something for me. Hopefully they play something I can Boseiju. Actually, I'd rather not, because that gives them a land when they're short on mana. So I guess they can cast a Thought Monitor here? Man, Aether Spell is kind of a beating, honestly. Because if they Spellbomb, if they have Spellbomb in play, they can just bounce the Dryad. And I can't trigger Valakut on the following turn. No, I can't even cast the Titan on the following turn. I'm gonna be able to Udo plus Dryad though on that turn anyway. So it's not the end of the world, but Like it would obviously still be so much better if I can draw it into Titan. Like that's why I kept the hand, right? Hopefully the hand is like 2 forces and I don't know, stuff like that. So they're gonna get Petal here, and I guess they can cast Thought Monitor if they have one. Maybe they just cast nothing. I'm definitely gonna try it though, instead of Uro, because at least I'm forcing the Emery to get back the Spellbomb instead of any of the other cards. Let's get our basic forest. Field of the Dead. Name Dryad. Here we go. And if I do get to untap with Dryad, the game probably ends. I would assume Ancient Tomb. I guess they can, if they're playing Echo of Aeons, they can Echo right here. I think this deck is not playing Echo of Aeons anymore though. They can't have, I mean, they could have something like Dismember, I guess. That could technically be a problem. Don't care about that one. Sweet. All right, so we don't even have to kill this thing. Funny. So play that on Giant. Sage you. And I think we're doing Bojuka Bog Valakut here. Yeah, I think so, right? I guess that after I kill the Emery, which I'm going to, I don't care about Bojuka Bog anymore. So maybe I can get something else. So let's do Valakut plus Saga? Could Valakut plus Knuckle. Yeah, sure, let's Valakut plus Knuckle. Oh, yes. Oh, sealed. It's not that we care about this Tabernacle anyway. And I'd rather just tax my opponent's mana best that I can, or as best as I can, I guess. Gonna have to deal 19 this turn. I don't have enough experience playing against this deck to know what they're capable or not of. I imagine that we can't. I imagine we can't die from here. Because even, like, they have 4 cards. Let's say they play Sai into 0/0/0. That's still not enough. Dismember for Dryad, maybe? What is this, another Kappa? Yeah, you got it. Still not enough. Take it. Pay on upkeep. Pay on upkeep. Hehe. 3, yeah. Is this good? Not sure. Is this good? Is this good? Are you entertained? Are you entertained? Are you entertained? All right. How do we like this hand? We can go turn 1 Zenith for Arbor. Turn 2 Udo into Saga. Okay. Okay, we can do so off a basic or a trop, depending on what we want, but we don't actually need a trop, so we can go for the basic. We don't need the trop. We have 3 untapped lands to play Udo on 3. Even if we whiff, or if our Zenith gets countered. Burning Catacombs is interesting. Into basic Swamp. Interesting. Does that change my play? Because now they're holding a Fatal Push. So I can save the Zenith to find the Dryad later in the game. Okay, I think I want to have more information on my opponent's deck before I do anything here. Like, I don't want to allow them to just, you know, use their mana efficiently, push Is a Death card for them. So, Greater Gargadon. Oh, this is like Nick Fit. Yeah, this is... I'm gonna play Saga here, so I can set up a faster... This is gonna turn into an Amulet. So this coming turn I'm gonna go Cavern of Souls into Udo, into Battlements. Yeah, Grist is fine. Yeah, so I think it's just a Titania. Jaunt like Titania and with Veteran Explorer. So because of... Ooh, that's pretty good. It's not gonna be good this turn, unfortunately, because I think it's better for me to Udo right now. And if I Exploration, then I don't Udo. So I'm gonna get a dual land here now that we know my opponent's probably playing a Veteran Explorer. No name Giant. Maybe we find an untap green source here. That would be nice. Another Exploration. If we play Battlements, yeah, because I don't want to show my opponent the duels, the bounce lands just yet. But Exploration means the Titan's free, which is very nice. That we're gonna get to Titan because we've seen it. So yeah, super happy that I didn't see it on turn 1. I think we're getting mega rewarded for not going for that play. Six mil endurance. gonna take one. I'm assuming my opponent is playing Titania, but I'm not like super insanely worried about Titania. I think I'm in okay shape here, even if they do have the Titania. And it's not really that good if they have their Explorer into something. Alright, so apparently MTGO crashed and my opponent was given the loss, so I'm currently sitting at 4-0. And I think I'm going to keep this hand. It's not incredible or anything, but I think I can go... We have a lot of good draws. Like, this is literally like a modern hand, which is really funny. But like playing around Wasteland is nice. And I have Cavern of Souls, which is pretty important in this format. And I have some draws that just win the game, so that's also very nice. But I'm playing against Delver. Ponder. Could be Delver, could be something else, could be Storm. I mean, it could be Storm, not super likely, but... okay. So, definitely gonna play around Days. And we can go fetch another basic here, which is nice. Grixis Control. Okay. So I'm probably gonna just get a Saga here. Crack map. Find Ursa Saga, play Saga. So I mean, I imagine my opponent has Sugu. So having access to playing the Saga here means that even if my opponent Sugus right now, or even if they Sugu next turn, we're still going to be able to resolve the prime time. Maybe my opponent's saving the Sugu for the following turn. I mean, I'm still going to, spend this turn to play Cavern. Then next turn we can play... Oh, no. No! Not my prime time! That actually really sucks. Let's think here for a second. I Cavern of Souls, name Giant, and I seen it for 3. Play Vesuva Kopin Saga? I can also just, play Vesuva Kopin Saga first. What if I just Vesuva Copy Saga and say go? We get 2 tokens out of the deal. And then, yeah, I think that's better actually, because we get a couple of tokens out of the deal and we're saving the Zenith to potentially prime time next turn. If they have another him, then we're in a lot of trouble. But if they don't, then I think this is just a better play. Thoughtseize. Yeah, that's pretty good. Tundra. Huh. Okay. So they're playing 4-color. They have to be playing Sugu, right? There's just no way they're not. Chose to not shuffle, which is probably bad news for me. Endurance. Okay. I kind of want endurance myself. I think I'm going to do that, so I think I want to endurance myself right now and put expedition map back into my deck and find it. I guess I don't have to do it right now. So we tap 2, make a token, get Amulet, play Growth Chamber, and Endurance ourselves, and then the second Saga gets the thing. Just trading here. Could also just make another token. I think I'm just gonna make another token here. And then I can endurance myself next turn. So if they have Sugu, they're gonna play it now. So because they have to get rid of the constructs. Otherwise the constructs are gonna be too much pressure, I think. It's a ponder. Chose to shuffle. Good news for me. It's a brainstorm. That's not Sugu mana. Should have tapped this. That's Sugu mana. That's not Sugu mana. Okay. Maybe it's a wheel deck? Murktide. Maybe I'm just not playing Sugu at all. And obviously that changes everything. Cameron Giant. And show me the Hidetsugu. Show me the Hidetsugu right now, or you're dead next turn. If they have Hidetsugu consume soul, we are super dead. But if they don't, Monastery Mentor. Probably not gonna be enough. Exile Volk. Okay. I think I'm gonna balance the cavern here. And there's nothing I want to get from the graveyard just now. So we're gonna go with Valakut Battlements, I think. Haste. Combat, attack. I think we attack with everything actually. And here I think I'm gonna get Field of the Dead Mace. What this does is it makes it so I can just save the Titan this way. That's lethal. Yep. That's fine, I think. Here we go. I could have saved the construct there, but I'd rather just save this maze to guarantee that I can't die to this Murktide, so. Source to Plowshares the Titan. That is fine, I think. Chase the Mile Sculptor. Now the question is, do I want to target them or myself with this endurance? Yeah, I don't think you want to attack there. Okay. Good draw. Easy draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See if my opponent has another force plus blue card. And I think I have to do this right now. Force plus blue card opponent? That's not a force plus blue card. Just get a couple of sagas, I think. We don't care about Boseiju. This is just fine. I'm not going to use the mana, I don't think. I wonder if I should have gotten Dryad, actually. Instead of prime time. Like, I didn't think about it. Honestly, I just forgot that the Vesuva was in the graveyard. They have the plow. All right. This time around, I'm at 30, so I'm gonna save the token here. Next turn we can haste the token too. The Saga token, that is. And following turn, then the tokens are actually gonna be bigger than the Murktide. Jace is doing work though. Jace is doing a lot of work. They play out the Ottawara. Go down to 1. Okay, I like it. Opponent's not messing around. I like it. Narset. Okay, so whatever we draw resolves. Whatever we draw is gonna resolve. Can we force a chomp? So any token, prismatic ending, doesn't do anything. think that's good. Yeah, prismatic ending in hand. So this is basically free to play. And then gives us a little bit more information. Oh, I can't draw extra cards, that's true. Huh. Stupid Uro, no trampling. Make a token. So I guess I don't want to play the Uro. Because every token needs to be blocked. So I'm gonna haste here and swing everything at them. And I think they're gonna have to throw away one. No, they don't. They don't have to throw away a mentor. Next turn, they're gonna have to. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play the Uro. Card on Giant. Don't get to draw a card, but I get an extra zombie, which is lethal. I'm trying to think if my one... They could have Verdict, I guess. I doubt they have Verdict main deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, just gotta go wider than my opponent. That's the goal here. Our set finds Brainstorm, which is very good, and they drew the Ponder. Okay, so maybe my opponent's gonna be able to survive one more turn. So they're playing like 4-color Mentor. I assume they're playing Esper, splashing red for iteration. They chose to shuffle. Then they Jace. Black, red. Oh, they have Sugu. That's brutal. That's so good for them. I can't believe they're playing Sugu here. Wow. That's insane. That's absolutely ridiculous. All right. Opponent just had it all. So if we draw a Dryad, we win. If we draw a Dryad, we have lethal, and we can't redraw. So it's basically Dryad or bust. They don't have lethal, but they're probably gonna have lethal next turn. I mean, I can't believe they got there. That's insane. Ugh. Yeah, I messed it up by getting Titan instead of Dryad. I should have just gotten Dryad. Oh no, my opponent had the plow. Like, it didn't matter. All right, Dryad for the win. Dryad for the win, or Zenith for the win. Or just the Windswept Heath. 1, 2, token. 1, 2, token. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna lose now. I can't believe I got my opponent down to 1. Can't believe we got them down to 1. That's pretty funny. We got Mace, so I'm not too worried about the Murktide. I'm worried about my opponent drawing a gazillion cards and me falling behind. I'm worried about that. Nope. Actually, I'm not gonna crack the fetch because it doesn't matter. Like, the token doesn't matter. And this means that if I can resolve Dryad, I can, like, my opponent needs 2 layers of interaction. So I think that the Heath is more valuable in play than the token, because it allows me to play around removal. It's unfortunate that this Cavern is on Giant and not on Dryad, because only Dryad matters now. Dryad? Boseiju. Boseiju who endures. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is because now if I draw a Dryad off the top, we can play around 1 removal spell and we can play around counter magic as well. Both things. All right, opponent brainstorms. We're falling behind here. Really falling behind. We don't have that much time to find exactly Dryad, I would say, at this point. Baleful Strix is fine. Don't fetch, opponent. Strongly advise against fetching. Dryad. No Dryad. We got 4 blockers, up to 5 if we really need. So we can block. We can kill Sugu. So that shouldn't be an issue. Him to Torak. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Probably have to kill this now, because I'm gonna have to be doing some chomping here. Let's we're a little bit ahead on clock, but now force is good for them because they had that him. I guess that was an argument for playing out the Cavern, because I have to play it on Dryad, right? Like, it's the only card that matters at this point. Opponent prepares the attacks. Block. So this is 10 damage. Now we mace. Super owned by the Sugu. Man, that was... Ay. That was a good heated Sugu. Heated's too good. That was a hit. It's too good. Opponent keeps brainstorming, which is interesting. I mean, a clock victory, it's not out of the question here. So being ahead on clock is kind of a big deal. No attacks from opponent there, though. Is their hand just like all blanks? They're almost... They have 12 cards left in their deck. So at this point, they probably have seen their entire deck, right? I have to imagine. I have to imagine that they've seen their entire deck. And I'm sorry, but I'm playing for time here. Like, I'm obviously not gonna be doing anything scummy, right? Like, I'm not... And again, like, we still... Like, assuming my opponent has nothing, like, if we draw Dryad, we actually have the win on the table with this fetch land. So, it's not like... I mean, I don't even think I'm being scummy. It's just, like, we still have outs. It's very, very lucky. Very, very unfortunate. Very, very unlucky that it's enough. But technically, we're not dead as is. So... but yes, like I'm definitely, you know, keeping. I'm not gonna do anything scummy like, you know, tapping and tapping or like going to combat when I don't have to or anything like that. But all right, opponent's getting creative. Opponent's getting creative. But this is what we need, right? Like now, all of a sudden, it's possible that like they're tapping low. They're at 1, so force no longer an option. Force no longer an option now. And, you know, before you know it, maybe we can steal this game here. Who knows? So that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. And here's a mace. On the dragon. F6. Well, I guess I'm at 1 now, so maybe we are still dead. Funny how my opponent's deck kind of desynergizes with Hidetsugu because they have like the mentor tokens. And they also have Murktide. So couple of dyssynergies there. Macia. Blokia. Oh no, they have the counterspell. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Let's see. Second field looks great. Carpet looks... actually, Carpet gets... Oh man, Sugu is so good. Carpet just gets swept up by Sugu. Is it even worth it to play the Carpet? I kind of do one Knuckle, and I think I do one Needle. I probably don't want Needle, actually. I do one Knuckle and Field. Don't want Caracas. What else? Exploration can't counter the first Hidetsugu trigger, by the way. I guess Wasteland's probably good. Mace prevents me from randomly dying to... What's his name? To Murktide. but I feel like I'm gonna lose to Mentor more than I'm gonna lose to Murktide. 31 lands, one of them being an Knuckle, one of them being an Arbor, seems fine. And a couple of Endurances, yeah, this seems good to me. I think I like this. We're nicely ahead on clock, which is nice. And I'm gonna keep this hand for sure. Let's not be an idiot this time around. Let's draw the Once Upon a Time. And it's actually pretty interesting. I think I'm gonna go with Field. Exploration into Field. Pass. I mean, we can turn to Titan with this hand, which is pretty neat. Ponder. Shuffle. Zenith. Alright, so we Amulet. And Exploration. And I think I'm gonna play this Endurance right now just to put some pressure. And next turn we can Zenith for Titan. And they can't cast him, so. Nice. So swing for 3. Rainstorm. Better find Force opponent because it's about to get tricky. Scrubland. So they did find the plow. So 1. 2. This is 6 mana. Play my land. Not playing around days. Trying to dodge Force here. No Force. That's good. Primeval Titan. Yes. And I think I'm going to go Vesuva. I'm going to wasteland my opponent's Scrubland. Vesuva and just a Saga, I think. Yeah. Wasteland the Black Source. So you go. And if they don't have the plow, the second plow that is, gonna be in a lot of trouble. Chose to shuffle and concede. Alrighty. For the 5-0. Playing for the 5-0. I think I kind of like Endurance more than the 4th Amulet. And that's about it. Can we 5-0 with Amulets? Yeah, okay. All right. So, I really want to find the green source of Once Upon a Time, obviously. Yeah, let's get the drop. Exploration. Imagine this gets forced. Yep. Okay. So next turn we're gonna be able to Zenith for Drydiver. Once Upon a Time. Next turn we Udo. Next turn we Udo. And then what? Sure, that's fine, that doesn't matter. Probably just Uro. Kind of looking for lands here. No, Narset is good. It's unlikely my opponent counters the Uro, but maybe they will. Just an Explore seems okay in this board. Opponents can trip in, alright. Down to 3 cards, though. Down to 3 cards. It's quite nice. Cheers, Sudo. Wonder if my opponent's gonna play Sugu preemptively to get rid of the Uro. It's not a terrible play, actually. It's not a terrible play. Obviously, they would want to get rid of, you know, yeah, there's the exiled Sugu. Interesting. Really want to dodge a hymn here. Looks like we're not gonna. Yep. Alright, Amulet in prime time. That's fine, actually. So here we can go Saga Exploration. Exploration, Saga, play this, bounce this, say go. If they have another hymn, maybe we're in trouble. That's not him mana. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just snap resolved. So we're gonna get to trigger field here, which is very, very nice. We can wasteland. Man, the world is our oyster here. Kind of do like waste. And what we can do is we can Vesuva my opponent's land to trigger field. We can also Knackle. We can also waste bounce land. Actually, we can't. Both of our bounce lands are in play. Okay, so we're gonna waste Cavern Giant, I guess. Get some Sumbos. I'm just gonna bounce the bounce land itself. Brainstorm is their best draw. What is this? Jace. That's unlikely to be good enough. Potentially. It's not super likely to be good enough. Maybe I should have gotten Battlements. Maybe I should have gotten Battlements to set up hasty threats. Amulet. We get to Udo here. So play this. Bounce. Crack. Map. We have the extra lander for exploration too. Yeah, this was actually a mistake. I messed up my sequencing here. Still fine. Battlements. Play battlements. Blue, green, blue, green. Udo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not bad. Face, face. Chase, chase, chase. It's actually the other way around. So all of these go face, primetime goes at Jace. Play that, bounce here, triggers, Vesuva, and Field of the Dead. Things are looking good for the good guys. Even if they have a Wrath, if they play Sugu, that's fine, they die to this. If they don't play Sugu, they die to everything. Please tell me what I think it's about to happen. It's about to happen. I wonder if this is the first time that Amulet Titan is gonna be amongst the 5-0 decks in Legacy. I imagine so. I guess that just happened, huh? I guess that just happened. Sure. Like round number 4, of course, we got the better end of that. But to be fair, I think we were just about to win the game, and I think that matchup is probably ridiculously good for us anyway. So I'm not too afraid about the like that is exactly the kind of matchup that we want to be playing against. Even like the mid range decks, it's insane how much better this list felt than the other one. Like it's ridiculous how much better this list felt than the one that I played in a previous video. Summer Bloom was just terrible. Udo was absolutely fantastic. Greens and Zenith was medium. Summer's Back was medium and mopey. Greens and Zenith was incredible. This list just felt so much better than the previous one that I had played. I still want to tinker around with the numbers. Like, sure, the Dryad plan is interesting, but it feels like it's not consistent enough. And it can give you an out in situations like, for example, in that very last match against the 4-color control deck, it can give you an out to situations where you may be otherwise sort of locked out. But at the same time, we have access to only 7 Dryads. We have no cantrips whatsoever besides Once Upon a Time. So we have no library manipulation. So it's not super likely that you find your Dryad. And even when you do, like, sure, it's going to be powerful, but it may not necessarily be game ending. What I do like is that we did get paired against Delver, which we beat pretty handily, and we got paired against 8cast, which are 2 of the decks that are the most powerful right now in Legacy. And honestly, it felt like the victories were pretty decisive. Sure, my Delver opponent had like a clunky draw, I think, game number 2. And like my opponent mulliganed to 5 on the 8cast deck or whatever, but like even game 1, like they totally got to do their thing. did not care at all. We just went completely over the top of what they were doing. We were able to play our threats in an encounterable fashion. We were able to raise them with Udo. Like, we net so much mana. Like that turn where we just bounced the Boseiju, floating 4 mana, and we literally just paid for the word in the turtle. Like, that was so sick. That was so sick. I am not sure how real this deck really is, but I am a lot more excited about it now that I was like when I tried the very first list. Like, the very first list was very untuned, and that list was bad. This one felt a lot better. Like, as I was playing the matches with the other list, I felt like things were just not working out, you know, like things were too clunky or too weird. This one, things were a lot smoother, a lot smoother. And I even made some pretty stupid mistakes, you know, due to just like lack of experience in the format, right? Like that turn where I didn't cast it once upon a time, like that match where I didn't cast it once upon a time, like obviously that was just an egregious mistake. It's because I haven't played with this card in a really long time. But even with that, we were able to just overpower every single thing that our opponents threw at us. So I would imagine that there are certain matchups that are basically unwinnable. Like, I don't think we can ever beat Doomsday, for example. Like, I think Doomsday is probably just unfixable. Like, I don't think that there's anything that we can realistically do. Sure, we can throw in 4 endurances there and hope that our opponent messes up, but if our opponent is savvy and like they know what's going on, then they're just not gonna run into it, you know? So it really puts us in a spot where you probably just have to give up on that matchup. And I mean, it's probably just fine to give up on the Doomsday matchup. Storm, same thing. You could try to play the spheres, the one like the Thalia spheres, I can't remember the name. Sphere of Resistance, or like Thorn of Amethyst, or whatever. You may be able to play cards like that, but I don't even know how effective those cards are against those archetypes, so I'm not even sure that's gonna be enough to help. But what I am sure, though, is that this deck is not as bad as it looks. Amulet is just that busted. This bad boy, is up to no good, and that no good is good for us. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and you can leave your comments down below. If you're interested in coaching and for me to play any list of your choosing on making a video for YouTube, you can find all of that information in the description down below. And have a fantastic rest of your day. See you later. Bye-bye.